Many of you are feeling really raw right now and very vulnerable. And you've asked yourself, what's going on? And I really feel like God is birthing something so new and so beautiful in our lives. And that's why it's such a painful thing and yet such a beautiful thing, because when I feel raw and soft, it actually encourages me, because I've lived with a hard heart. And so when God moves and I feel like I have a heart of flesh instead of a heart of stone, I stop and I pay attention. There's a challenge before all of us right now. Listening to Erika's speech last night, which was by far the most powerful, moving, convicting speech I've heard in my life. She brought up her friend, Usha Vance. And the charge that was given to her by Usha was, in the last 15 minutes of something very difficult, you have to encourage yourself, I can persevere these last 15 minutes. If you heard her speech last night, you'll know what I mean, and I definitely encourage you to watch the whole thing. Guys, we're all in this moment of our lives. This final push, whether this final push lasts a year, 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, there is a sober awareness resting on the world today, specifically resting on this nation. We are in the final push. And it's time to get clear about our vision. You know, in Erika's speech, she was talking about how at the age of 18, Charlie was very clear that he was going to change the world. At the age of 18, he had clarity and passion. And some of you have tried so many different things and gave up too soon. I'm in the middle of a creative project. I'm actually writing a novel right now. And I pushed myself because I'm more than halfway. And I told myself, I have to see this through. And to see it through, I better get very clear on the vision of this book. It has to be something more than just a story. I have to put a piece of myself into it. I have to mark it with truth to where whoever reads it has a life-changing experience, whether it's a new understanding or maybe for the first time in their life, they're confronting their own pain and their own grief and their own issue with rejection and abandonment and self-worth. And so I just implore everyone right now to get crystal clear about the vision for the next year, the next 5 years, the next 20 years. What do you want to give your life to? What can you get crystal clear about? You know, there's a quote that Erika shared. She said, Charlie died with incomplete work, but not with unfinished business. If you believe the Bible and you want to obey what it says, I implore you to look at your life and see where you've been hiding, see where you've been resentful and hateful and unforgiving, see where you've been doubtful, like Thomas. There's no doubt that so many of us have been through sorry, I had to take a little break there. I had lost my train of thought. The pain and trials of this life has left many of us vulnerable, broken, and exposed. Disappointment is real, but I implore you that it would encourage you to have honest conversations and to connect with people you trust. And despite the pain, get very clear on your vision. You know, Erika addressed men and she addressed women. And there was definitely some very good challenges she brought before the men. But I just want to bring up her challenge she brought before women. And I want to speak to something that I've seen firsthand, that I've been tempted with myself. The desire of every woman's heart is to be passionately pursued and to be significant and to be treasured and cherished. And right now we're seeing a major fallout in marriages because we women have consumed a lot of entertainment and novels where it's been overly fantasized and overly dramatized, this passionate pursuit and the woman being, the center of the universe. And I want to challenge you women with Erika's words because I was challenged with them myself. She told us women to be virtuous, that we are the guardians, encouragers, and preservers of our home. That we are to guard our hearts and to make our home sacred. Women, I understand. Sometimes you feel like your life is passing by and the attention and opportunities are passing by, and you're so desperate for attention and significance, and you just kind of breeze through the child raising and breeze through your home, your responsibilities, and you make light of your influence and your responsibility to make it a safe, peaceful, loving place. Something that really stuck out to me that Eric said was that we were a team working together for the same mission, and that she didn't make him feel guilty in his own home. I'm speaking to you women. I'm speaking to myself. Women, we have idolized worship of ourselves. We have idolized beauty and, I'm just going to say it, sex appeal. We've gotten this insatiable, if that's the word, lust to be on some sort of pedestal and to have our bodies on display and to have attention for our bodies. And it's such a cheap exchange that we've made because we've laid down the holy calling to love and to serve our husbands, to love our children, to make our homes a sanctuary. And Eric challenged the men to be leaders worth following and to not treat their wives as servants, but to treat their wives as helpers and partners. So I know it goes both ways. Women do need to feel loved. Women do need to feel protected, for sure. But like I said, I've seen it firsthand happen in my own family. When you consume too much of this overly romanticized material of the woman being the center of the universe, you make a cheap exchange and you lay down your holy calling. And I know it's hard, women, because we're quicker to see the flaws in our husbands and to see their shortcomings. So then we justify not having to do our part to contribute. I understand. I wrestle with it every day. I do. But I couldn't deny the holy calling that Erika just released. I say holy because her speech was holy. It was holy because it pierced my heart and it convicted me. And it challenged me to be a better woman and a better wife and a better mother. What she said about the shooter, she said, that young man, I forgive him. And the answer to hate is not hate. And I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one who, it's not just about Charlie Kirk. It's about betrayals that have affected loved ones in my life. And Erika is telling me the answer to hate is not hate. I love how Erika ended her speech with Charlie had a clear vision about changing the world. She talked about that. And I just want to encourage everybody not to overlook the vulnerability you're feeling in this moment, in this season. Like I said, I've had a hard heart. I've had such a hard heart. So when I feel soft, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed because it means I'm able to receive. I'm able to give. So I just pray you let God move. Let God move in your life. Lean into it. Lean into the grief and the weeping. You know, listening to Erika, a lot of people wept. A lot of people wept. God is doing a good work. When you're soft and you're grieving and you're crying, God is working in your heart. If you rather have a hard heart, have at it. I've lived long enough to not want a hard heart. I'll take the vulnerable heart. And if it means looking weak, I really don't care. I really don't care. We're in such a unique time. We're in a very unique time right now. And I feel like even for my own family, we're on a precipice of something new. And I've been praying and praying and praying for things for years. Praying, praying, and praying. And I'm starting to see God move in my family. And there's that little part of me that's like, wait, what about me? I'm praying for me too. It's not just about them. I want to see change. I want to see new things. And I'm just going to lean into it. For anyone who has been praying consistently and are seeing things manifest for others, and you're still struggling yourself, I just speak peace to you. I release peace unto you, and I challenge you to lean into it. If it makes you cry, then cry. If it makes you grieve and feel hurt, lean into that and walk with God through it. But don't give up. Don't give up. Our salvation draws nigh. And I just challenge you, if you've been blessed with a healthy family, not a perfect family, but with a healthy family, recommit your life to serving them in the biblical way. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not going to turn a blind eye to issues. I'm not going to pretend that I haven't been hurt, and I'm not going to pretend that I haven't hurt others. I'm going to look it dead on, look at it square in the face, and I'm going to decide I am going to make the most of the time that has been given to me. And my family is a treasure. It is a blessing. Frustrations, flaws, and all. My family unit is a miracle because I've been married to my husband for almost 15 years. And we both had to grieve loved ones. We both had to grieve lost jobs. We both had to grieve having a dysfunctional child. Sorry. And yet you need to look at your life and say, this is precious and it is worth fighting for. And that's what Erika Kirk has inspired me to do. And I love that woman, and I treasure that woman, and I pray God's protection over that woman who is such a blessing. And I honor her and I respect her.